Welcome back, everyone. This weekend, the Toss for a Cause Cornhole Tournament is happening this weekend, and also the HarborFest is happening this weekend as well. That is hosted by the Marquette Rotary Club. We have Jim LaJoie here from the Marquette Rotary Club. Jim, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You guys have a lot going on this weekend. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, as the entertainment, director, what is the vision like for the HarborFest this year?
Well, I think the vision that we go into every year is to really satisfy our audience. We have Northern students coming back, and we have a number of people that come all across the Upper Peninsula. So we try to change up the music each year so there's something for everyone. And what we did this year is there was a big request for a 90s type group. So we have them on Friday night as our headliner, Bare Naked 90s, and we're really pleased to have them. And it's really kind of an end of the year summer party. But the big deal with us is it's a fundraiser for Marquette Harbor Rotary. All of the money that's raised this weekend will go back into grants in Marquette County.
But not only is it a fundraiser, it's also free for the community to participate in. So I know you raise funds through things like beer sales, drink sales, but to give the community a free weekend of concerts, what's that like?
I think it's just awesome. I mean, how many music venues or concerts can you go to where you get the four-letter word free?
Right.
I mean,
that is
like awesome.
An arm and a leg just through those taxes and ticket fees.
Exactly. And over the years we've had some incredible crowds. Last year on our Friday night for Fleetwood Mac, we had a record crowd. We think it was somewhere around 4,000 to 5,000 people. And the bands really love that because they're looking out, and they also have Lake Superior as the backdrop, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful setting, and there's something for everyone.
Yeah. There truly is something for everyone. It really kicks off tonight with the Marquette Symphony Orchestra and the Marquette Rockestra.
Yeah, it really terrific. We've had the symphony here a few years. This is the first time for Rockestra, and if you have not seen them, they are terrific. This is a group of local people, and they perform, and they're going to be awesome. So this is a good way to kind of kick it off, and then tomorrow we'll get really into the rock and roll bands and the music entertainment for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah. So I know you guys are having a whitefish stand this year. So what was the thought behind that new edition?
Well, we like to have food options for everyone. In the past we've had burgers, we've had tacos, we've had all sorts of different things, but fish is pretty popular, particularly fish that is caught fresh out of Lake Superior. So we're happy to have them. And really, when you go down there for food choices, if you can't find something that you don't like, that's going to be a problem because we have quite a few different options.
I mean, if you go down to the HarborFest and you don't like anything, that's a you problem, not a problem of the organizers.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, there's a lot of thought that goes into this. I mean, this has been happening for how many years now?
Oh boy, I think back to it. I think we're around 12, 13, and we're going to be celebrating our 15-year anniversary of changing over to HarborFest. It used to be the Food Fest, and we've come a long way in that short period of time. We've had a lot of great tribute bands, but we continue to expand upon it. And I was just talking last night that already I'm working on tribute bands for next summer because you need to book these folks well in advance. So it's going to be an exciting weekend, and hopefully Jennifer Perez and your meteorologist here will cooperate with us so the rain will hold off a little bit.
So speaking of music, I mean, what is the process, with creating, a list of musicians and reaching out to everybody? Yeah,
the process is, there's a lot of work that goes into that. Typically we have about 7 or 8 bands total on Friday and Saturday. I spend a lot of time going to different venues all across Marquette County and some other areas, and taking a look at local bands. And if someone really kind of catches my eye, I approach them and say, hey, we'd like to have you for HarborFest next summer. So we actually have a waiting list right now of bands that want to perform, and when they come, we typically give them 2 years. And then in terms of the tribute bands, again, we like to just kind of change that up. We've had Led Zeppelin, we've had Tom Petty, we've had Bob Seger, and this year we've got Used Cars, which is a Cars tribute band out of Detroit on Saturday night. And you know, I've been telling people this is kind of a gym choice this year for the Used Cars, because I grew up as a Cars fan and I've always wanted to get them here, and that wish is coming true.
I like that. Well, I know we have a graphic that has some information about the HarborFest that's happening. Like we said, it starts tonight through the weekend on Saturday. Free admission all weekend. And if you need more information, you can go to the website, marquetteharborrotary.org. It's going to be a great time this weekend for sure. Well, today, but also throughout the rest of the week as well. So we'll take a quick commercial break, guys, and we'll tell you more about what you can expect for today throughout the rest of the week when we come back.